Hello and welcome. Name's Derek, and I sell physical media on eBay. I make videos about that. This is a sourced video. It's been a long video. Stop the music. So yesterday, I went all the way out to Avon, Sheffield area, but on my way back, the intent of going in that direction was to go get the bubble envelopes, the padded mailers, whichever you want to call it. So at Supply Hut, because I picked them up and I put a post on my Facebook thing that, at least for Supply Hut, I know that if you contact them ahead of time, you say what you need, you might be able to get a discount. So I bought same thing I did last year. I bought 2,000 6x10 bubble mailers, and that was $200. So they would be, if you were to order them online, 260 plus tax. I just get them 200, no tax. So that would have been, the tax would have been another 14, almost $20. So as opposing to whatever they would be at that price for the 2,000, I got them for $200. I've gotten boxes for 40% off what they would be. I don't know if Supply Hut is necessarily the absolute cheapest for everything all the time. But if you can get to one of these supply places, you could probably get them a little cheaper, which is one way how to do that. But I did some sourcing there, and I actually stopped at a Habitat for Humanity in right around the corner from Supply Hut. So it's going to be a little bit west side in Cleveland area. And I found actually quite a few things, but this is the stuff that I got yesterday. A lot of it's just going to be simple scan. And I am going to do the screen record again on this and kind of go through some of these. I could just kind of basically remember. Some of them I picked up because they were, I don't know, you had to get 5 CDs in order to get it for $1, or you had to get 5 books in order to get it for $1, because if you don't get the 5, they're going to charge you regular price. So there's a few lower price things in here, but a very, very interesting collection all the same. All right, let's see if I can figure out all the screen record. So I got this Gold City, Jim Croce, Keith Whitley. Always good to get Keith Whitley. And here's that other one, Keith Green. So let's go into screen record. Start. All right, so when I do the screen records, I try to match it up on the left-hand side of what's going to be the left-hand side of the actual video. And you can kind of see on how I'm doing these and the primary of what I do when I'm out and about. So if I'm looking at CDs, so we have Brannigan again, Laura Brannigan. This one here, which has Gloria on it. Gloria, if everybody wants you, why is anybody calling? Gloria! And so I have this, Brannigan 2, Self Control, and Greatest Hits. So I don't want to get rid of the Self Control. I like that one, but I also like the Greatest Hits and a couple of songs off of each of hers. So this is what I'm going to do for CDs. I'm just, this is just one that happens to be right there. You'll go to the camera. This may not be the way on how the app works now, because I haven't updated this phone in a little while. So all I did was scan that barcode. I don't know why I'm showing it like that, because it's going to be showing up. And pre-owned is $12. See, not even there we go. Now the image is showing up. And then and this is on scan. So granted, it could be a little different. If you hand type it, it's going to be either the same or more. And I really wish that like eBay would put these filters up here, the sold way up, back up. And 10 do sell, a minimum of 12. Then it goes to 12, and then 12, and then 13. It keeps going up, and 16. And Brannigan, the best of is 9. That one I do have. Brannigan 2 is 9 as well. Which, I mean, it's not. It's just showing that this is this. It's not going to let me highlight that. All right. So that's one example of that. We have the Pied Pipers, which I believe I already well, I should have, because I don't have anything else that needs to be listed. Okay. So you could just hit the back arrow button when you're done looking. There you go. This Pied Pipers is 12, 15 bucks. Paid 2, and I believe otherwise this would go with. I think I got it to go with new others 36. I doubt that's it, but I got this one primarily to put with the other ones because they are listed well over 10 bucks. Well, not really. I want to say well over. A little over. So I'll get the other one and I'll put these two together and I'll make it the amount of the other one plus maybe another 12, 15 bucks and go from there. Sweet. So this is one that for me, as I'm going through this stuff, I could tell by the font, the design, the entire design right here, which, if you look at that design, that is the inside of a tape player. There's the spindles, there's the reader heads. Sweet. I know of the band Sweet. I can't say I know exactly which ones, if I'm familiar with either of these. So again, you just hit the back button on the phone. We can see that these come up. There's 4, and they come up 25 bucks. If I have it, chances are there's a selling ratio. There it is, 27 bucks. Sweet. Disney Starstruck. So this came from that Restore in downtown. And this is about 20 bucks, if not more. So I see that they're listed for that. That's going to keep me interested enough. So if I'm paying $1 and under, and if they're coming up $12, $13, I'll hit sold. If they're coming up $7, $8 and you scroll down and nothing's over $9, I'm not going to bother even if I pay 10 cents for it. I'm just not going to bother. So this is one where otherwise, I go Disney, Starstruck, soundtrack. Since only one showed up, and there we go. There were 30 bucks plus. And still only one for 15. So in this case, I'm going to long press on the actual title in the bar. Sometimes it'll grab it all, sometimes not. Either way, the end result is that you want to be able to have everything in that title. Go to Disney, or go to search that in there. Soundtrack, 35 bucks. LP. So they are closer to 20. Still paid $2 for it, right? Here we have Lewis Hamilton. So used, no, this one is sealed with a cracked case. And for the $2 for them to sell for around 15 bucks, I mean, a couple of them are lower priced. There's 37 that are listed. There are a whole bunch showing. And there's 7 that have sold for enough for $2. And if they're selling for right around 15 bucks, as we can see here, I'm not going to be out anything. Antigone Goni, or Antigone Guinea, or Antigone, Goni. Either way. This is one I had to hand type. BJ Thomas, best of BJ Thomas here, or the complete Scepter series singles. These come up like $20. Comes a train. And there's 3, 17, 20, so on and so forth. So for me to pay $2 for something that sells for about $20, if I keep doing the math, that's probably about $20 as well. This is Barbie Fashion Design. Is it Fashion Designer CD-ROM? That is a video game. Here we have Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. Down here, to slide that out, because the Goodwills and everything, they always like to put it right over but there's a store I go to, it doesn't matter where the barcode is at, that's where they put the price tag. It's like you have every place else to put you have to put over the barcode. That's probably why you have stuff that's been sitting there for 3 years, because people who come in and they want to scan the barcode for resale wise, they use that barcode to resell. When you cover it up, most of them just like, no man, I ain't gonna bother. Bye. I see that opportunity. I'm like, it's going to be a little more time, but if I can see stickers that have been there for stuff that has been there for at least a year, it gives me a pretty good idea. It's not that bothersome, because all you have to do is just, pop the case open, pull that tray up. And when it's all said and done, you slide that back in there like that. There we go. Almost like it was. But this, on the other hand, $30, $40, $30, and why these prices come up? I definitely did not want default. Oh, that's because this is this phone. When I'm on my phone, I have it default for US, locked for US. I'm catering to US prices. So let's say $40 right there on those. And 3 have sold. We got 15, 15, and 25. So depending on how many more or whatever all the other listings and therapy pricing would be, I have an idea that it's at least $15. I'll pay $2 for it. They can get up to 25, if not more. Wishbone Ash. Slightest idea. But 17, 18 bucks, 25, and they keep going up in price. This is disc 2, it looks like, because I just saw one listed of, CD 2. And itself can be 15 bucks, which have you. Salties, Praise Party 2. Salty, this is religious-based something. I had to hand type this, Salties. I don't remember exactly. Maybe 20 bucks. Could be less. I paid $1 for that one. Canadian Brass Live. Go here. This is sealed. There's 5 that are listed as sealed. 10 to 15 bucks. Chances are it's not commonly 10. No matches. Let's take it out of the... I probably got it for the new. But if I go here, and if I just go back, so if I scan it that way and I had it locked, you go in and you just undo the actual sold. So 2 have sold. 14 and way over 14. So I think this was at the Salvation Army. Wherever it was. Like, I don't remember. 50 cents, $1. I'll pick it up cheap. Oliver and Company soundtrack. Well, I got that one time. That was the cassette, and I played it, and it played through. And then when I went to flip and play the other side, it wouldn't play because the tape ripped. So this is 16 to 20 bucks. Could be even more. I'll go to solds. And there's 5 and they're 12, and then it goes to 16, 20 bucks. So most of the stuff, I put it up yesterday, was, I want to say it was 74 things for 99 bucks. So you do that math, $1.25, and that 99 is with tax. That's the total I paid, minus my time and the gas that I used in a what is that? 20-year-old? That can't be 20. No, 15-year-old Ford Fiesta. 35 miles a gallon. So I'm not too pressed about that. Although I did fill up yesterday, and gas prices are going up. Blue. Oh no, this is one that I got to go with the Blue Rodeo Greatest Hits or something. I have, or a different Blue Rodeo, because this itself is only like $10, and I want to pay $2 for something that would otherwise sell for $10. I mean, they do sell for 10, 15 even. When I got it, I'll have to look it up to be absolute. So this is Lulu. Got 2 of Lulu to add together. These were from Salvation Army in Beulah. So all of this stuff here isn't from yesterday. There was stuff that I went to the day prior to that. So yeah, Salvation Army. So those are 5 for $1. So this is 40 cents I paid for these. I'll put them together and get 20 bucks. The Essential Rodney Crowell. So although it has no front, it's still like 15 bucks. I can get it with no front or no jacket. And I paid 20 cents, most likely paid 20 cents for this one. So I can sell it for 12, 14 bucks. Oh, but hold on, let's see if they sell. Most likely, if anything is here, it's because it sells. Yeah, 10, 12 bucks. I mean, without the jacket, I could, or without the booklet. Minus the bear. Minus the bear. Munoz El Oso. I mean, it's low enough for me to buy. This Crystal Gale isn't anything spectacular, but I do have other Crystal Gale listed that I can piece together and find one of the more lower priced ones and then add this one with it. Blame it on the margaritas. Howard Livingston. Oh, I got 2 of these. So one of these, I don't remember which one. Maybe this one was like 20 bucks and no scan results come up. But one does sell. And this was out in the Avon area. Their media is 6. Unless it's a Blu-ray and a hardcover, then it's 3 for $5. If it's everything else of media, then it's 6 for $5. So these were added with, and I think I got that Crystal Gale with that too. So put these together. We'll see what happens. Now, I don't do that often. I don't buy multiple often. However, this is my new 80s party. It was the heat of the moment. Oh, it's got my girl on it. Just call me Angel in the morning, Angel. Just kiss my cheek when you won't go. That song. Linda Clifford, Red Light. Taylor Dane. I Will Always Love You. Flock of Seagulls. I Had a Photograph of You. And I'm reading over here on the right-hand side. Debbie Gibson, Little River Band, Cool and Gang, Kapow. It's a little hot and so. Didn't really sing that one right, but give it a little heart. I don't even know that. I can't even fucking sing right. Take my breath away. Berlin, Ambrosia, Leo Sayer, More Than I Can Say, Asia, Lita Ford, Cinderella, The Stray Cat Strut, Winds of Change by Starship, Taylor Dane, Tell It to My Heart, The Spinners, Bow Wow, Wow, Todd Rundgren, Loverboy, Everybody's Working for the Weekend, Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Round Like a Record, Baby, 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 Round, Round, Round. Don't Cry, Shannon, Tiffany, I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. Beating of my heart is the only sound. Boom, 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 boom. So it's only like $10, but I got it for my new party mix. Blue Rodeo. This is another one that I do have. Another blue. Oh yeah, Down Yonder. All right, so this one is $7, and I got it. Maybe I got this one to go with the other one. I don't remember, but let's find where I have Blue Rodeo. All right, put those two together. Modern rock. So some of this time life do well. Get in the 80s. I can't say I've really seen any 90s. There are a few like other ones that aren't the 80s. This is probably one I probably also got for here. So Cutting Edge. I was thinking of Cutting Crew. Cutting Crew. I'm just dying in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. Just dying in your arms tonight. Is that Cutting Crews? Cutting Crew? So who all do we have on this one? Cutting Edge of the 80s. Uh, so there's Da Da Da, Don't You Love You, I Don't Love You by Trio. And then there's Come On, Eileen. Dexy's Midnight Runners. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. Obsession. Um, You're My Obsession. My Obsession. And I'm Gonna Have You by Animotion. Dance Hall Days, Wing Chun. Everybody's gonna Wing Chun tonight. That Wing Chun. If You Leave, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, or OMD. Be Near Me, ABC, Big Country. Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. No, no, no. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. Shout. And this is a sealed Elton John with Bernie Taupin. So since it's sealed, I scanned it. Typically, I really wouldn't bother with like an Elton John and stuff. So it goes $15 and then 90. So that's definitely something. Cracked case. Let's go Rooms, Elton. That should be enough. Including results for Brooks Elton. Now that's not what it was. There might be others. And so this is Toppin. 2 Rooms, John Toppin. Oh, okay. CDs, new 11, 15, 15. That goes way up. And one has sold for 14. So if I paid $1 for it, it was 99 cents, yeah, because that was at a place called Good Neighbor. That's where Hancock lives at. Hancock is a mayor of a town, of a small area in Boston, in the great dystopian post-apocalyptic area canon of Fallout. This is 6, the musical, brand new. Oh, I don't know why I'll be doing that. Brand new, so we have 12. There's one that is sold brand new, enough for me to pay 99 cents for. I'm an hour away. I'm not going to leave even those little crumbs on the table. Cleveland Jazz Orchestra. I don't remember. Sammy Nastico. I don't remember. Featuring Count Basie arrangements of Sammy. All right. There's a couple of things. Oh, then we have this MTV Party to Go. This one has Baby Got Back. CeCe Peniston. Madonna, Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy for my shirt. So sexy, it hurts. Jodeci, Come and Talk to Me. Shop at Banks, Boys to Men. And these are not really a whole lot. Yeah. All right, well, I mean, I can list it for $10, see what happens. Sometimes that happens. I'll get stuff and toss it on a bench or a table. Hannes Sebastian Bach. I don't think it sells for this. I may have had to look it up. Sold. Now, one has sold. But I'll have to look it up quite a bit. Is this a second? It is a second. Super Audio CD. Buzu Shabbos. I have no idea who Buju Shabbos is. I did have to look this one up. '80s on the Edge. Entertainment. I don't remember if this font is pretty small. So we have Duran Duran. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I've got a bad case of loving you. Thompson Twins. Promises, Promises. That's another by Naked Eyes. It's a miracle. Culture Club. I'm not going to do this with all of them. Mirror Man by Human League. Tainted. So. Tainted Love. Everybody doing the locomotion. Except for this is by OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Destination Unknown. Paul Hardcastle. Go West. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Relax. Don't do it. Relax. Simple Minds. Alive and Kicking. Not familiar with that one. Blondie with Atomic. I Know What Boys Like by the Waitresses. Wall of Voodoo. Oh, it's on Mexican radio. Mexican. That one. Wall of Voodoo. Yep. Love My Way. Psychedelic Furs. Only the lonely get played. That's not only the lonely get laid. That's not it, because that wouldn't make sense. Because if you're lonely, how are you getting, right? So, only the lonely get played. Ghost Town, Jukeboxers, Reflex. Okay, Spandau Ballet. This one is called Gold, but I know Spandau Ballet by True. True. I'm not even going to try singing that one. Root Down Jimmy Smith. I don't know what Root Down. Beastie Boys. The tune Root Down points in the direction of Smith's origins, and it has endured being interpreted most famously by the Beastie Boys in 1994. And that's about $15. Could be more. I'm not going to go crazy on the solds. And a couple of more Cleveland Orchestra. That one's steel sealed. Yes. So a couple little gatefolds here. Oh, got a few more CDs. Miho had to type this one up. Miho by Paul Winter, Consort. $20. Don't remember. The Cathedrals, probably $20. What else we got in here? A Piece of the Rock, Rocky Allen Showgram. I think it's just like a talk radio. Like up in this area, there was things called Bob and Tom. It may be complete. They could be in Colorado and it's just syndicated. I don't know. Then Victorious, another Victorious soundtrack here. Music from the show. And these are $15-$20. They could be more. Never Shout Never, Indigo. This looks like a scene, like a scene, screamo, emo scene. That's what it looks like. Never Scream Indigo. Never Shout. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. So they are fairly higher priced. Select all. Copy. And $95 is where it's going here. CDs. So that's third. Oh, some of these are international. And again, list it high. See what happens. In Solitudes. VHS. Again with VHS and cassettes. You want to make sure that tape is clean. And if it has any little bit of white spots on it, is what I do. I get a picture like this. Like that. That's it. That's all I get. And then the first picture, I'll re-download it into the listing, and I'll crop this all the way down to where I can get as much of this tape. That way it's a closer up picture. And if anyone who's looking at the listing, they look at that third picture, it's going to be much closer, and they can actually inspect the tape a lot better because they can click on it, and then they can even zoom in more. So this... And I have gotten some that had a little bit of mildew on it, not much, and I disclose that. And here we are, $40, $50. Do they sell for that? And this is a scan on a VHS. A lot of VHS don't really come up a whole lot. $20 and $30 with some cassettes. So we go Prince Sign Times. Sign. That's why this phone doesn't come up with that. It's not automatically learning like the phone I use when I'm out and about. Categories. VHS. So there's quite a few. So you saw that there were 2 that were listed or 3 that were listed with scan, and right now there's 40. When you type things up, it could be a a huge difference. There's 9. So I put it up for $16, $17, $18, right? I probably paid 50 cents or $1 for it. Young at Heart with Estelle, whatever her name is. Young at Heart Body Conditioning, an older workout VHS. It's one of those genres that I will scan most of, and it's 15, $20. So I have a little stack of books. I'm just going to go with what I kind of basically remember for some of them that are better. There is a $200 book in the mix, and there's also a $100 book in the mix. There's also a couple $60, $70 books in the mix. Not this mix, over here. This one I think does have one. All right, so Ian Fleming from James Bond. So I have some more James Bond stuff. I have some James Bond records that are the soundtracks of like Die Another Day, Goldfinger, and something else. And I want to say I also have a James Bond something laser disc. I have I don't have any DVDs because most of the DVDs are any VHS or anything that's James Bond. And I have I want to say 2 other books that are really, really clean. So this is Ian Fleming, You Only Live Twice, James Bond, Her Majesty's Secret Service, James Bond, From Russia with Love. I think this exact copy is like $20. Not exactly the best. Goldfinger. So I will get, because I've had those records, those soundtrack records for a while. And they get attention, but I'm just going to put a little James Bond book and record and just put a lot together for, I don't know how, I'll figure it out, but I'll just put a lot together just so it's sent out at one. What Mad Universe? Actually, I'll start off with this one. Blood Runs Cold. And the latest, so Blood Runs Cold, and if you look on what's going to be whichever direction, so this is the author of Psycho. And so these Savers stickers, if you shop at Savers, so these are water-based. So they'll come right up. Very rarely do they ruin any dust jacket or any binding. So Blood Runs Cold. Blood Runs Cold. And I will type in the name of the author, Bloch, or Bloch, or however it's said. $30. That's hand typed, right? 40, 50. So then that's what I do. I'll go straight into books. Go to format. Paperback not specified. There's 10. So not specified. I don't understand. It's not an antique book where it would be to where your format's going to be. I mean, an antique, it completely varies, but antique it varies by every single person. To me, retro would be 20 to 30 years. Vintage would be like 30 to 60 years. And antique would be 75 plus years. So 1953, all right. So that can be antique, but still. I mean, it's not a huge factor. I was going to type minus HC. I can go minus hardcover. So by doing that, anything that has HC or hardcover in the title is not going to be in my search results. We see here, 50 something bucks. Of course, we have thrift books. 15, 20, so maybe 25 bucks, 20, 25 bucks. So some of the City Come Walkin'. I think that one was interesting. Man in the Maze. This one I kind of contemplated. It's like $10, $12, but it was 75 cents at the Habitat for Humanity. Oh, Ian Levin. Or, I'm sorry, Ira Levin. The Book of the Damned. Another interesting one. Signs of Libris. Labars. Look at this big creature looking thing. And this is under science fiction. Michael Moorcock. The Oak and the Ram. This one isn't really too much, maybe 15, $20. But if I'm paying $1.50 or 75 cents, and if they sell for 12, $15, I'm still making a minimum of $5 for minus the time I'm standing here talking about this. The total time I'm going to have in this book to make the $5 is 5 minutes. There's 12 of those 5 minutes in an hour, and if you're making $5 of those 12, that's $60 an hour just selling bread and butter stuff. My cat. What mad universe? What mad? So I'm looking for a completely different. So let's go brown. Yes, we are in books. I just want to be in books. 104. And it goes to binding because most people are going to have those. All right, so although it is kind of tattered right here, it's going to be one I had to look at the year. 1978. 1978 was a good year. So that could be about $20. 15, $20. 15-ish. And they're, I want to say paperbacks at 49 cents at Good Neighbor. If anything, they're $1. They might be 99 cents. And hardcover is $2.49. City Come a Walkin', right? So that just looks like it's just a sci-fi. Or it comes in as fantasy. John Shirley. Stu Cole was in the quicksand of urban life. Then the city came alive, came to get him. I'm not looking up every single one. I'm looking up things that have an interesting artwork to it. I don't know John Shirley. All of his books are going to be XYZ amount of money. I don't know. Same thing with the CDs. I'm just looking at like that's an interesting cover. If you kind of put everything in the totality, this guy's walking around. I'm not sure what type of rifle that is. He's made up of bricks. He's got these sunglasses on. I have no idea what town. Might be St. Louis because that needle right here. Not sure exactly, right? But it just that picture holds a lot of interest. A lot of things are being conveyed in that picture. So surely, you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Actually, Shirley was the name of our bloodhound dog that I had growing up. Her name was actually Sherlock because our other dog that we had before that, its name is Holmes. Well, was Holmes. So we had Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock was a bloodhound, right? Kind of funny on how things happen. City Come Walkin'. City Walkin'. Hey, that's not that, but so what do you have? $50. $120. So why wouldn't you just take an average eyeballing $45? So when I hit sold and I see that it's sold for $45, I'm not going to argue and go into Terapeak to verify. Even if Terapeak actually validates it and it's only $15, I'm still not out anything. But that's not really the situation. A couple other things just sold. Oh, I'm making this video. It's 9:30, right? And I've been at this for 45 minutes. So I started this before 9 because I knew it's gonna be a much longer video with everything that I had here. And then to me, I mean, it's going to take an hour to cut down. So yeah, 45 bucks for that book. Not exactly the best, but there's only a couple listed. Right, you can see all this. It's still going to be 40 to 45 bucks. Sign of the Labrys. Well, I'm already in here. There's Labrys sign. Claire. It's already on highest. We go scroll down here, 25, 30 bucks. And they're still within that range. So that might be 25 bucks because that little bit of wear and tear and stuff. I mean, these are good, maybe even acceptable, which I really usually wouldn't do, but I'm not going to spend 50 cents on a $10 book that's going to be listed as acceptable and is only going to be $7. That I'm not going to do. Books like this that are rarer and more collector just on the base that collectors of these genres, of these authors, and what have you, want them. Book of the Damned. Damned. The Fort. $163 results. Paperback trade, not specified. And this is one I'm going to have to go in and actually see the year. $1941. Ace Star. So let's type in 1941. 1941. Delete that. 7. So they go into low 20s. And they're right about that low 20s. 75 cents. Look at that. But the author of Rosemary's Baby. Oh yeah, that is right. I did sell that Rosemary Baby. If it's still within the realm, I don't remember how much I sold it for. It was a really really good condition. I want to say it was a book club edition. I want to say it's $150 that I sold that book club edition mint copy of it. A lot of people, if they're typing this stuff up, they're going to see that there's a whole bunch of listings, like the other one that had 140 listings, whichever one it was. Some people are after just one certain printing, one certain year, because they don't have that for their collection. They want every single year printed of it. There's revisions, there's all different types of things that go on, but someone just wants this specific year copy, rendition, printing of it. You're like, oh, it's not first edition, I'm never going to buy it. Well, it's up to you. So to make this easier, 39, condition, use not specified. So I'm going to scroll down here. So there's that one, that was $10. And keep scrolling. It's like 12 for that one. And 15, 16. All right, so not that bad. Maybe it will be like a $14, $15 book. 75 cents. It's a franchise something. Rosemary's Baby, the movie. The other books by him. Malice A Forethought. This is another one that's tattered. Books. This was at the Salvation Army in Beulah. Kind of tattered. There's not many listed. I don't think that there was this specific version. There wasn't a lot listed. This is probably only going to be like $12, but I got it because the book was 20 cents. If it had no interest, no sales, no nothing, I'm not going to pay 20 cents for a book. It's just not going to sell. That's tattered like that. The Jesus Factor. One of these was interesting. I'm just going to stop with right there. I don't remember. You kind of get the point. Most of these are going to be $15, $20. Some might be a little over. When you're paying less than $1 for a paperback, that's going to ship out, or for a book, for anything, any media like that, that's going to ship out for $4.47. If it sells for $12, you're still making pretty much $5 for, again, not even 5 minutes of cumulative of time for that item. Gold City Portrait. I would say it's like a $20 cassette. Keith Whitley. I may have another Whitley cassette. Nothing comes up on this. Whitley, wherever. Well, eBay, usually you're much quicker on correcting people. You're typing stuff in cassettes. So from Canada, you can get one from Canada. You can get a couple from Canada for like $20. Whitley's another one of those that just sells. So CD sells, and the cassettes are listed at 20. This would have fallen in the 6 for 5. So I paid $1 for it. All right, I'll list it for $20 domestic. It's actually it's in a BMG case. I'm not going to strain my eyes for that. This is Jim Croce. No barcode. 1974. Greatest hits. Croce. Hits. Greatest hits cassette. Condition. 17 new. So we're going to find this one that has the picture here and the wording down here. That has the white. There we go, brand new, $25, $30. $40. That's what they're listed for. Most people who watch my videos or reselling videos, the vast majority of them understand on how solds work, understand on how Terapeak works, understand like, oh yeah, you can list it for that all day long. It's never going to sell for it. Like, they do. Most things do. All right, so it's like a $20 cassette. Yeah, $20 for this specific one. Proofs of Conspiracy. So this is a rewrite or a reprint. Proofs of Conspiracy, John Robinson. I don't know when this one was reprinted. 1967. I don't remember. I'm not going to bother looking it up. I think maybe it's $20. And I didn't get many DVDs. I use DVDs as a comparison to CDs. I just don't get that many of DVDs that much. I mean, I see them and I look at them. Samuel Barber. So let's just say if that's what it's going to be. Animal Instincts 2. That is definitely an interesting one. Kind of sultry on the back. I mean, it's nothing above R-rated on here. Animal Instincts 2. That's a couple common words. Animal Instincts 2. So I think it was the year 2000, 1994. I mean, I can show the bag. It's nothing that is going to cause any problems. 20 bucks. This is called His and Her Circumstances. I don't know. Evangeline. Oh, okay. So this is an anime of some sort. No, because I know. There we go. 21. And I wasn't going to get it until I hit solds and pre-owned. The entire collection was 55. Entire collection. So it's new. I don't know. Maybe it's 20 bucks. Listed for that. Blank check. $50. $100. Let's see what they actually are. Again, this is just on scan. I mean, pre-owned is $20. I'm not going to go wrong there. This is Tom Watts, I believe. Tom Watts, Bad as Me. Brand new. Let's say that's 20 bucks. Imagine that. Sesame Street, some Order Sesame Street, especially pre-Elmo. There's not a whole lot of Elmo Sesame Street DVDs that does well. 12, 15 bucks. All right, good. So that narrows that down. I can get to these books, and then I can be done. And then we can all go down to the hootenanny. Who likes going to hootenannies? So there's 4 books. 3, actually. Because I have another one of this Hollywood Babylon. This one here is probably 50 bucks. The condition. The other ones I've sold, the dust jackets were really, really clean. But I've said it before. When was the last time you saw Marilyn Monroe's peaches? Not a lot of people have. Save that one for later. Clarita's Cosina. So we will go Clarita, Cosina. 58. I'm going to go into books. 56. That didn't help much. Going to hardcover, not specified. 33. And I'm going to try to find this one that has this chevron, if you will. 21 bucks. That's that one. All right. Let's see what. Oh, I know what year it is. It's signed with personal regards and best wishes. Signed. Now, they don't get a whole ton signed. It definitely helps for it to sell if it's signed. 3 have sold. Let's put the S on the end. Back down to solds. 4. Put the apostrophe there. 59. Back to 4. We'll go that and go here. 110. Signed, 100 bucks. Signed, 50 bucks. Signed, 40. So I don't think any that are listed are signed. And back up to it. Signed 9, 25, 40, 40. They don't sell a whole lot, but here's Poofy. That's Poofy. Stray cat. And go get his food. So that was Poofy. He comes in, chases our cats, runs upstairs, comes running back downstairs. And he always has that kitty cat's meow. The Sot Weed Factor. Sot Weed Factor. All books. Usually he'll come right back when I put the food out there. Hardcover, not specified. It's not signed. It's a book club edition. It's revised 1967. So we will go start with 1967. 1967. 8. So we got $50. 60 bucks. And that was $1. 40 to 60 bucks, 70 bucks revised. This little beefier book, it's 3+ pounds. But for a $60 book that fit in an envelope pretty well. And now, drum roll, please. So you get. So, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. All right, so this book here. So of all the traveling I did yesterday, I skipped a handful of the stores of where I would usually stop in the Avon route, what I just call Avon. So it's Avon coming inbound, might still be Avon on the lake or in the lake or Avon Lake. I want to say it's Royalton or Ridgeville. And then coming more inbound, I don't remember the rest of the towns coming inbound. And then you're pretty much in the Cleveland city limits. So I went to those other stores, a couple of stores first. Then I went and got the envelopes. Then I went to the Habitat. Then I just went straight, basically I headed straight back home. But I went to the to Savers up here in Willowick, down the road from me. And then from there, I'm like, you know what? If I go to the VOA, I'll be able to be done and back home maybe a bit after 7 hours, back like 7:30. Knowing your timing, right? So I went to the VOA and I got a couple things, like 3 CDs and a couple books. But the very, very last thing, and it was on the second to the last shelving unit of books, which is about the width of this picture here. It's probably about 3 feet wide. The eye level of the book, eye level for me is probably 5.5, maybe 6 feet tall. And there's maybe 6 shelves on it. And this is all the way down on the bottom shelf, about halfway in. And then the last shelf is most of their newer stuff. I don't know how, they're not really organized there. They didn't even have a sticker on it. So I had a couple of CDs and I had nothing else. I had no real big zingers or dingers or anything like that in regards to stuff that I got. A majority bread and butter, some $50, $60, $70 things, but no real zinger of everything that I got, which is a stack right here. And some of that stuff is also from the day before. Murder. That's the first thing that caught my eye. That's going to be in the title? Yeah. So we can see Murder, Sunny Side Up. There's that. Chicken murder soup. Chicken murder soup. That's not what I'm after. No matches. A lot of sellers would be like, oh, well, there's no matches to it. There's nothing sold. That's not the one I'm looking up. I'm just going to pass it up. To me, In my eyeballs, on how I see some of these things, this is just interesting. How or why? What is it about? So we will go here, select all, copy, back to this. Actually, let's see what this offer is. 97. Oh, yeah. So you can see this right now. It's 97 bucks. Most of their stuff sells for pretty high. And this guy comes in. What's his name? Davy Hagerot _0. 27 feedback. All private, by the way. All private feedback. No. Nope. They sent an offer for $5. Decline. So I left him sent him a message so it's easier to just go back into the app and click the message that you sent them and just hit block. Those right there, those people do not need to be on eBay. Oh. All right. So, murder, sunny side up. $200. $100. So the woman's the author's name is Emma Hathan. Emma something is her actual name. So this is a non-deplume or a mnemonic or whichever. Well, I want to call it a mnemonic. It would be a non-deplume. Nom, N-O-M, deplume, D-E, N-O-M space D-E space P-L-U-M-E. Non-deplume. So it's a name like Richard Bachman is a non-deplume for Stephen King. So Emma something. So I typed up Murder Sunny Side Up and I looked in Biblio. Nada. I looked in books. Nada. I looked at Half Price. Nada. I looked at World of Books. Nada. I looked at Thrift Books. Nada. Amazon. Nada. Nobody has this hardcover. No one. The only sales results that I could see are these two sales results of $200 for the book. Since it appears to be not common in any degree or listed on any other places that are otherwise going to have sell books, I could probably put this under $400 and see what happens. For its age, no one has put a year in there. It still has a price on it. Price up here. It's just not price clipped. It's not a book club. It has this little marking right here. But for $400, I'll get a picture of that. Be like, you can erase that if you want. 1968. Printed in the U.S. So, people have first edition. Not exactly something that I would write in there. It's not titled first edition. However, it does not have any subsequent printing numbers on it. So it could be. So it's clean. Besides this little bit right here, which is just collective dust from throughout the year, fairly clean. Can I get 300 plus for it? For a book that can't be found on any hardcover, this one, that can't be found on any other sites, if you're the only one that has otherwise a $200 book, you can ask quite a bit more for it due to its scarcity. Kind of just like that Skin Yard or whatever that CD was. There's no, there may have been a couple that have sold in Terapeak, but I'm the only one who has that. I didn't do the same thing and look on like Discogs and all these other places for that specific CD to get a pricing idea. I just kind of looked and saw. I was like, there's none listed. There's CDs sell for 60 to 80 bucks. I'm going to list mine a little higher. Always room for negotiation and best offers and stuff like that. But it's listed. I do what I think is going to help push the sale. Now, same thing with like that Neuromancer by Gibson. So I have the 10th anniversary, the first print, first edition of the 10th anniversary reprinting of Neuromancer by Gibson, who started the cyberpunk thing. Not really started, but for the most part, like one of the original fathers of the cyberpunk type idea. It's priced pretty high because others that are listed are in not as good condition or are not the first print, first edition of that. So I have it listed higher. Someone sometime would be like, yeah, I want that one. It's mint. It's very, very clean. It's a first. It's listed at like $200, $250 or something. Someone will come around. That's the thing about the scarcity of things. This book here, I had no idea. But yeah, that's that. I believe when I counted up, I believe that there were 74 or 79 lists or things that I got, and I didn't take out the ones that I'm going to use for like the my own music, whatever I just did with "Hold Me Now." Oh, right now. Stay with me. And I know. And I paid $99 with the tax, right? So that's really good for the stuff that I got. This is yesterday and the day before. And then today there was an estate sale which actually just opened, but I'm gonna I'll probably just head there on Saturday. It's just an easy game we play. No, not so far away. Oh, I believe. Gonna wrap that one up. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned, we'll go with the scarcity. Especially if you do that extra diligence and you look and you look and you look at these different websites. Oh, I don't know what websites to go on to find out other book listings. Just type in Google other websites to buy books, and they'll start showing different websites that you can buy books. And then you start doing some comparisons, and you start seeing if something that you have is available on 5 other or 10 other selling platforms, major platforms. They're going to be smaller independent platforms, but on the major platforms that people are going to think of to find a book, when you're looking and nobody else has it, no one across all these platforms across the globe. Sorry, flurfers, it's a globe. Name your price. I mean, could I ask 1,000? No. If it was signed, maybe. Could I ask double of what it has sold for previous? What's the when did they sell last? 2024 and 2023. So we've got almost 3 years, and then it just rolled over 2 years not too long ago. So they don't show up often. So if somebody really, really wants it, and if you have that enough of cognizance to understand that I've got something that's very, very not common. There's a difference between scarcity and rarity and things like that. And one-off. Again, I can write my name on a piece of paper, and that piece of paper is now extremely rare. It's got to be worth $1 million. No, it doesn't hold an intrinsic value. So anyhow, you can name your price when you have things like this. Tell me thinking going up. Comment down below. Subscribe. Share. It was all free. It helped me help you, so we can help other people learn about selling physical media on eBay. Appreciate it. Thank you.